Welcome back to today's video, guys. I really am looking forward to talking about these things because these things are things that I learned after I became a mom that helped me not to feel like I was constantly playing catch up all the time. Hello and welcome back to my channel, you guys. If you're new here, my name is Brittany Garcia and this is A Lovely Masterpiece of a Life. Today's video is going to be a little bit more relaxed. As you can tell, I'm just sitting on my bed talking to you guys as if you're my friends and sharing a cup of tea or coffee with me. Today I'm having some Earl Grey. It's one of my favorites, but I realized I hadn't filmed anything all day. It was just a busy day and I still want to upload tomorrow and give you guys something of value. And so I came up with a list of my top 5 things that I learned when I became a mom that helped me stop feeling like I was playing catch up all the time. If you see me glancing over here, I have a few notes, and this is going to be a very chill, very relaxed video because you guys are my friends and I want to get to know all of you better. Wow, 215 people, that's a lot of people. So I'm very grateful to all of you for sticking around and I don't know, like watching me clean my house. It seems like such a mundane thing to watch, but it's something that I enjoy watching. I enjoy cleaning motivation. One thing I want my channel to be is I want it to be more than that. Like I want to actually give you guys the value that you're seeking and motivate you every day to live the best life that you can live. Because honestly, we only get one life. We only get one life to inspire other people and to be the best moms and the best wives that we can be, or the best friends that we can be, or daughters or sisters, whatever your role is in this life. And I feel like we have a lot of roles that we all fulfill. But yeah, let's get right into today's video. And I'm going to share with you the 5 things that I learned after I became a mom that helped me not to feel like I was constantly playing catch up. So, number 1 thing, super important, was I learned that I had to find my new daily routine. Now this is an obvious thing, super obvious, but it's not something that we always implement successfully. And I'm still working at implementing successfully, having a more steady afternoon routine. And obviously from day to day it changes. But out of the 3 routines that I feel like every person should have in their lives, which is a morning routine, an afternoon one, and an evening, the most important one, in my opinion, is the evening routine, because the evening sets the tone for the rest, for the next morning, and it sets the tone for the way that you feel at night while you're resting. And so anyways, I have first started working on my evening routine and getting that nailed down to where I can actually go to sleep at a reasonable hour and still get done the things that I need to get done. Because I would honestly prefer to be a morning person, getting the things done that I need to get done in the morning before my girls wake up and being refreshed, than staying up like half the night trying to get everything done that I have to do. But if I could just, implement the fact that I need to go to bed early, I feel like that's the one thing that I'm really struggling with lately, especially since I restarted my YouTube channel. But I feel like once I have that down, that I go to bed early every single night, I'll be able to work on things for at least 2 hours before my girls wake up in the morning, if I get up at 5. So finding a daily routine. The next thing is to declutter in every season. For a while, let me get some tea. That's good tea. For a while, I did not declutter anything. From when we got married, which was the end of 2018 in October, until really recently, which was about 3 years, I almost didn't declutter anything. And I didn't feel like I needed to, because we moved from an apartment to a house and we have a little more room here, but it's a small house and we don't have a lot of storage, and a lot of things were ending up in our garage, which I still have to go through the garage and get rid of things out there. But we've completely decluttered our house, and you guys saw part of that process in some of my decluttering videos. But going through every season and really analyzing, am I using this item in this fall? Am I going to use it? And then at the end of the season, did I use these things? Because if you don't use it, you lose it. You know, you basically have to really decide what is the most important things to have in your house, because it's real estate. You know, if you're paying, I don't know, $500, $600 in rent, or $700 up to $800 or $1,000, depending on where you live in the United States, every item that's taking up real estate in your house, you're paying for that, like, real estate to be used by something. So it better be something valuable enough to take up that space. And not only that, if you don't have enough space in your house and you start renting a storage unit, you're also paying for that. And if there are things that you absolutely have to keep, but you do not have space, by all means, get a storage unit. I'm not saying you can't have one because I'm not here to tell you what to do. But just really analyze, like, is it worth putting your money into storing those things and into having, like, keeping them in your house? Because it really does impact your mental state and the way that you feel. At least I have found that to be true for myself. What is the next one? Okay, so having a cleaning routine. Whenever I didn't have a routine and a set day when I would do certain things, I don't have a really strict schedule, but I do have somewhat of a routine where I know that I need to clean these things on these days, and it's best if I clean out the fridge on the day that we take the trash out and such stuff like that. It helps me not to feel like things aren't getting done, because when you have little kids, it is very easy to not like tend to certain things. For example, I don't have a routine set up for cleaning my baseboards in my house, and I really should, because the other day I was looking at my baseboards and I was like, wow, I don't even know when was the last time I dusted my baseboards. Like, things like that just kind of slip through the cracks and you don't notice them day to day. But then if you don't have it on your, like, cleaning schedule to clean, it really adds up. So yes, finding a cleaning routine really does help you in the long run to just stay on top of things and feel like things don't pile up as much. The next one, oh my goodness, this one took me a couple of years to learn, and it was giving yourself time to adjust in a new season of life and giving yourself grace as you adjust. So I feel like this is so applicable to so many things, but for me, the season that I learned this in was in postpartum. So after I had Bethany a couple years ago, 2 years and 4 months ago, I had her. And right after I had her, so I had quit my job like a week before my due date, and then she was born a couple days later after. So she was born about 12 days after I quit my job or something like that. And I felt so, like I hadn't taken time to adjust to being at home full time from working almost full time. And it was such a hard adjustment going from working outside of the house to being home all the time with a new baby. And it was so hard. I felt like I did not give myself time to really adjust and to per se mourn, even though it wasn't anything sad for me to stop working. It was just such an adjustment, and really like letting go of who I was as a professional person, because I did interpretation and translation for a local clinic here in Tulsa, and I loved my job. I loved what I got to do, and even though I always knew I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, it was still an adjustment. And when I had Bethany, I felt like I had to leave the house once I felt like my insides weren't falling out anymore. I just wanted to get out of the house. And I feel like I did not take the time to rest that I needed to. And my body went through a really big ordeal when I had Bethany. Almost had a medical emergency after I had her, like several days after I had her. I had a postpartum hemorrhage. and I lost so much blood that my energy level was down for like 6 months. And during that period of time, I was still pushing myself way too hard and I wasn't resting. So I feel like that also cost me in that it took me a little bit more to bond with Bethany compared to my second daughter, Adeline. When I had Addie about a year ago, 11 months ago, I just rested. I spent a lot of time in bed the very first, like, I would say 2 weeks. I spent the majority of my time laying down, taking naps, spending time with her, holding her, cuddling her. And all of that was such a dramatic change in how I felt mentally after I had Addie and how I felt physically. And the bond between me and my baby was so much different the second time around. And you know, I feel like I've made up for what was lacking with Bethany, but I really wish that I had taken the time to adjust to the new season. And that's like one thing that I now keep very present in my mind, that when there's a big season change, whether it's having a new baby or starting a new job, or, you know, like starting like my YouTube channel, for example, I had started my YouTube channel back in 2020 and at the beginning of the year, and I did it for like 4 months, and Bethany was a baby when I was doing it, and it was such a toll and it was so hard, and I didn't give myself time to ease into it and really figure out how it could work for me, that I quit, because it was like I needed to put my priority on my baby because my YouTube channel was taking over me. And now that I'm doing it again, I'm in a different phase. My babies are older now than when I was doing it with Bethany before. And I've really found a good rhythm and routine to where it's sustainable and it's not overwhelming, and I'm still able to do other things plus my normal life. So anyways, just give yourself grace, you know, like you can go after your dreams and you can totally be a boss lady and everything, but do give yourself grace and give yourself time to adjust. It's one of the things that has helped me the most to grow as a person. And another, like the last thing that I will say is that you need to, as a mom, as a stay-at-home mom especially, or as a working mom, it's really helpful to give yourself goals to complete in a month, and give yourself those goals at the beginning of the month. I forgot I had tea. So give yourself goals at the beginning of the month, because life as a mom can feel very monotonous, where you're doing the same things, the same chores, the same old thing every single day. And though you love it, there is something so beautiful about giving yourself something to look forward to besides changing diapers every day. And while our children are our joy and our pride, and we just love spending time with them, it is so important to give yourself, you know, a little piece of just something for you. And for me, I love giving myself goals to do with my YouTube channel and growing it, and giving myself goals with like connecting with certain people and networking, and helping my husband with our business, Local Nutrition. And really I'm thriving off of keeping promises to myself, because when you keep your promises to yourself, it is far easier to achieve the things that you dream about and desire, because your body knows, your mind knows that you are going to fulfill those promises to yourself. So anyways, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun thinking about the things that have helped me to not feel like I'm playing catch up all the time. And I really do feel like my life is at a stage now where I'm fulfilled. I'm happy. I feel like even though my house does get messy pretty quickly because I have 2 little kids, I don't feel that sense of, oh my gosh, I'm such a messy person, or oh my gosh, my house is always a wreck. Even though it's kind of messy right now, you know, I don't feel like it's a wreck, and I don't feel like I'm a wreck of a person, because my house is a disaster sometimes. And I feel like I am you know, I'm just fulfilled. I'm happy. I'm happy as a mom. And that's why I renamed my channel. It used to be called Brittany Lee's Masterpieces, and it was about, you know, basically just room makeovers and stuff like that. And now I realize, wow, it's so much more. Like, my life is so much more than just flipping rooms or flipping furniture and redecorating rooms. It's more about, I have gotten to a place in my life where I know what it is to live a lovely masterpiece of a life, and to live a life that God called me to live, that He empowered me to live, and empowered me to show you how you can do it too. And I am really, really thrilled that all of you are here. I know I say that all the time, but it really, like, if you were to think about 215 people standing in here listening to me talk, that's so overwhelming. And it's so special that I have the opportunity to speak into your life. And I do not take it lightly. And I wanted you to see my face as I say these things, instead of it being just a voiceover. Wow. Like, this is my dream. I have always dreamed of starting a YouTube channel and being able to encourage other young women, and I never knew exactly what it would look like. And now that I'm seeing that it's working and that my channel is growing, and just that God is empowering me every single day to be committed and to stay true to what I said I would do, is so fulfilling. And it really touches me a lot. And your comments mean the world to me. Your comments make my day. I love learning more about each and every one of you. I'm excited for some collaborations that I have coming up as well, and getting to know those people as well. And wow, I'm just so overwhelmed. And I just wanted to express my gratitude to each one of you. And I wish that I could meet all of you in person and have tea together. But anyways, I just wanted you guys to know that you're very valuable, you're very precious, and you're made in the image of God. And yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say tonight. I hope that you guys enjoyed this very short video of me rambling, maybe sharing something of interest and of value. So let me know if you like this kind of style of video. I really do enjoy sitting down and talking, and some of you have commented about that I'm confident in front of the camera and I'm comfortable, which is so funny, because this is like a silly little story, but when I was little, I used to sit in front of a mirror and I would like talk to myself, because I was an only daughter. And I would just kind of like imagine scenarios in my head and like talk to the mirror. It was so funny. But now looking back, I'm like, wow, was I practicing for, you know, being comfortable talking to myself in a room alone? So anyways, it's just a little funny tidbit about me that almost nobody knows about. I think my brother's heard me a few times doing that. But anyways, I don't even know why I said that, but yeah. Funny story. So anyways, I will talk to you guys very soon. And I hope that you have a lovely rest of your day, whether it's starting or whether it's ending. And I love you guys so, so much. Bye.